Do you have it? Hello, everybody. Mic check. Am I live? All right, I am now. Is that me? Am I live? Okay, good. We'll be live here in a few minutes at 7 o'clock. About ready to start this one. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the St. Louis Park Rec Center, home of the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights, where they'll be taking on the Blake Bears, ranked number 6 in your most recent MNHockey.tv polls. That's higher than anywhere else, so that's the only one that really matters. Let's just call that out right now. Thumbs are on the pulse of this thing. I'm just saying. Meanwhile, the Red Knights of Benilde St. Margaret's are 8-6-2 coming into this one, and coming off a tough 5-2 loss at the hands of the Chaska Hawks. That one was a game that was a Metro West Conference affair. Meanwhile, for the Blake Bears, they came up with a 3-2 win over the Blaine Bengals after having lost 4-2 to what's becoming a very sturdy and impressive Burnsville Blaze Hockey Club. Taking a look at this series, they're longtime rivals from the Catholic League and later the Metro Alliance Conference. Benilde St. Margaret's and Blake have met just once, though, since the Red Knights moved up to the Class AA in the 2005-2006 season. That meeting was on January 16, 2004, right here at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Benilde St. Margaret at that time was ranked 9th in the Class 2A. They handed Blake, ranked number 15th in the Class A, a 10-4 loss. Spencer Noss and Johnny and Nick Austin have been Bears before attending Benilde St. Margaret's, and Noss had 3 goals and 6 points in the game. Red Knights for that team. Meanwhile, Noss, Austin, and Ben Newhouse, Zach Risto, and Ryan Bischel all would go on to play NCAA hockey for the Red Knights. Looking at the Blake Bears, meanwhile, their starting lineup will feature the goaltender Axel Reed in goal at 10-4 on the season with a 2.22 goals against average, a .914 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. Carson Limesand will get the nod in goal for the Red Knights, as he is now 6-5-2 on the season with a 2.04 and a .916 save percentage. Sarsland and Callahan get the nod on the blue line for the Red Knights. Blake Messenberg will be up front. Oh, look who Bart Archer joins us as we continue to work our way through the starting lineups of these two hockey teams. And we'll pause now for your national anthem. Get things started here in a matter of moments. Welcome aboard, Bart Archer.
Well, it's good to be here.
It's great to have you. Glad to see you could get through the garage door issues at Luther.
Well, I was the last man standing, so I really didn't have much
I know
of a
the
choice.
best part is you said you didn't have a ladder.
No, didn't have any tools.
And you also didn't have a tool. Not that if you had a ladder and tools, you'd even know what to do with it.
Oh, I'd certainly know what to do with it, but it didn't have one of those quick release. Otherwise, I would have just closed the door and left, but I couldn't do that. But I made it here on time, got here for the national anthem. Looking forward to a good game. I wanted to make sure that I got here for the drop of the puck, so we were successful.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you pulled that rabbit out of your hat, but I figured you'd be here some way, somehow.
Well, I just didn't want to come in halfway through. But enough about me. It looks like we got a pretty good contest going on.
It's all about you.
No. Since when?
Well.
No, but thank you for joining us. I think we're going to see an awful good game tonight. Just covering the game against Chaska with this Benilde St. Margaret team. I'm sure they're focused, re-energized, but they have a challenge in front of them against a very capable Blake Bears team, obviously.
So it'll be Messenberg, Gay, and Warner up front for the Red Knights. And for the Bears, we're going to have Gavin Best, joined by Will Svendal. And then, of course, they're going to have Jack Saber on the right wing side. Dexheimer on the blue line as he's joined by Svendal, rather. I don't know what I was saying. Joe Miller up front, silly me. Now the puck's played back to the line. Now it's going to be knocked ahead by Saber as Sarsland is there. And they'll fight this one off. Best shot off the glass. Two Section 6AA combatants. The section features the Cretin-Durham Hall Raiders, Edina Hornets, Wayzata Trojans, these two teams. St. Louis Park is clearly in the mix as well as a team that people are going to have to deal with come the postseason. Messenberg stopped at the line as it's going to be controlled and sent off the glass by Callahan. Nate Schweitzer out of the lineup tonight with an injury, undisclosed. Come playoff time, they just are going to refer to it as an upper body injury, Bart Archer.
Okay. Well, hopefully he'll be back to contribute to his team. Obviously, they have some depth where they can withstand that for a while, but to do that in a sustained fashion is going to be a challenge.
Yakish outlets hard, quick, and crisp to the left wing side. Good to see 16 back in the lineup for the Red Knights. He has 3 points in his return back to the lineup.
Well, he had a golden assist against Chaska, too. Power play goal.
Sent back in wide of the mark as the puck will carry him off the boards. So there's Mortensen. He'll try to stay on his man. Now it's going to be Brett Witzke. Off to the middle for Connor Mahoney. Now to the right wing side for Matsky. That's turned aside by Limesand, and out of the zone they go with Logan Like. He finds their man on the move. That's Geertsen now to the right wing side with Asher Conley. Conley was nicked up here to start the season, and he's now been back to pretty much full health, at least that according to head coach Ken Pauley. Off the boards, by the way, congratulations to him. Win number 500 last Thursday. Be doing an interview with him, putting together a nice little piece for he and Lee Smith, two buddies that found that mark within 2 days of each other. Offside at the line, and will face off in the neutral zone.
Yeah, the timing of that's a little unique. You don't see that very often, but as you said, they're very good friends. But indeed earned all that honor, that's for sure. But I thought 5-on-5, this Benilde St. Margaret team struggled against a very good Chaska team. So 5-on-5 is where the focus needs to be tonight for sure. Stay out of the box as well.
Well, one thing the Bears are going to bring is tempo and pace, and that's going to force the Red Knights to elevate theirs as well. So we'll see where this thing goes. Thompson's going to play that one down. That's Ben Thompson, the defenseman. Will, of course, the forward. Back off the corner. Checked on the play as Bischel. Long pass to the right wing side. Krenke looks over to the left wing for Anderson Blum, who plays that one in deep. Yakish, stick first, body second. Now it's Ellings. Looked ahead to Bischel. That's cut off by Miller and played back in behind. Yakish on the puck, puts on the brakes. He's going to be flushed on the forecheck by Miller. Boy, where did he get there so quick? Came from all the way over to one side and stuck around the net. Now Ellings will take the carom in stride. He has Bischel with him. He's going to play that to the corner as he'll race this one down with Dexheimer taking the body there. Now it's going to be Bischel protecting the puck back in behind. Shallow angle, that's deflected away. Bischel gets it back. Tucks that back into the corner for Mortensen. He's backed into defensively there by the defense there. Now it's going to be Miller with it. Miller turns back away. Red Knights were on a change there, and I think someone wanted them to go in hard on the forecheck, but when you're changing, you got to go to the 1-2-2. Just thought I'd throw those 2 cents out there, Bart Archer.
Appreciate it.
This is what you do.
Well done. I'm trying to get a pen to work.
Well, it's a little chilly in
You're
here.
breaking down hockey. I'm trying to get a pen to write.
Head coach Rob McClanahan is joined by Jay Phillips, Tom Doyle, and Nick Oslin behind the bench. Goalie coach is Dan DeLeonidas. Volunteer assistant is J.T. Wyman. And their student managers Andrew Leslie and Sam Heikus.
Pete, this is a Blake Bears team that doesn't shy away on the schedule. They're playing some pretty good opponents, and they have a very impressive record.
Warner now. They play that one ahead for Gay too far. And right now, Rob McClanahan has the interim tag on his title as coach, because I know he's got plenty of things in life that he's doing. And he had to step in and get the job done here at the last second, and has done a terrific job with this hockey club. Played through, of course, Greg Boom May, who we all know and love, went on to a great job with the University of Minnesota. Yakish misses Conley, who's going to regroup off the boards. Looks ahead, Warner dances to the forehand. Oh, there's a chance. Yakish! Big save. Reed came out and challenged and made a terrific save. Now back in the corner, stood up on the play as the Red Knight player down the corner. That was Conley. On him was Fendall, and there's a nice save by Reed. Steers that one up and out of play.
Well, it was Warner that drew the attention of the defender and sent it off to Yakish. And Yakish had some openings. Reed gave him a little bit to look at, but once he went for it, I think it either rolled or Reed made a nice adjustment and made that save, and then a subsequent follow-up save, puck out of play, face-off to Reed's left. But a really good opportunity for Benilde St. Margaret's.
Hassan to take the draw in against Nelson. Nice positional play by Ressman. Up to the line they go with it. Over near side, Ben Thompson loads it up. That's deflected by Marshall, wide of the mark. Now it's going to be Svendal. Oops, overskates that. Red Knights close in on him. They're a pair of Bisson and Conley. From the left side, Ressman didn't like what he had, so he's going to play it all the way back to the far corner for Svendal. Bumps the boards as they all jostle for puck possession there. And now it's going to be behind for Ben Thompson. Foley plays ahead for Geertz, and Foley playing center here tonight. Now it's Bisson. No, he's not. He's back on. If you look at the line chart, he's playing center on one of the lines. Now he's playing the blue line.
Well, he was playing forward during Chaska, and then once Schweitzer went down, then he went back on the blue line. It's nice to have somebody that has that diversity where the coach can put him wherever and has the confidence that he's going to contribute.
Now he's back at center now. I think. I don't know. Sarsland is out there. Callahan's out there. Foley's out there. One of them's a forward. I can't really tell which. Back in across the line. In front they go. There's a shot that misses the mark. Back up to Dexheimer. He's offensively skilled. Plays that off the boards. Foley chips the glass as the puck will come around to the right wing side. Now Foley has it. Looks over to Geertz to the right wing side. Gathered in by Svendal. That's going to be Will Svendal on it. He wears sweater number 19. He's checked, and Miller in control. Looks back up to Svendal at the center red line. He gets away from Mortensen. Wants to spring Miller. Sarsland knocks the puck away from him. Miller stays on it. Wanted to feed the slot, but instead it's Bischel. Back up through center, 1-on-2. Bischel needs some help, and that's going to be deflected off the stick of Theo Crosby, up and out of play.
Well, that was a nice stick by Theo Crosby. Just waited for the proper time and put a stick right in the way to interrupt that shot. But boy, this Blake team really has a nose for the net. Plus, they got some wheels about them as well. But Sarsland did a nice job of tracking down Joe Miller. Quick stop and start, but he held firm. This defense for Benilde St. Margaret's going to have to play a really solid game tonight to have some success.
Matsky knocks that away from Mike. Here's an odd man rush. Back with the stick to make the play was Ellings. Up off the glass to the left wing boards. Mortensen gathers in. Now with 10:05 to go in the period. He'll play back in behind the net. Bischel will take the puck off the corner as it's knocked away from him. Locken Reed with the nice positional check. One of the captains of this edition. Hard ahead he goes to Mahoney. Now to the right wing side for Matsky. He's stopped at the bench area. And it's going to be Connor Mahoney again. Svendal from center plays this one in wide of the mark, behind the net. Like for Yakish. Through center, deflected off the stick of Krenke. And now it's going to be Warner to hustle this one into the corner as he played that up. Now it's Gay who's knocked off the puck. Ooh, right into the official. We saw one official leave, Bart, with what looked to be a completely mangled wrist.
Oh, that's
fell on the ice. That was unbelievable. Shot on goal, pad save, rebound. Oh, a big chance there for Nelson. Couldn't pull the trigger as Limesand was prone. Now Sarsland's going to try to make a move. He gets brought down. They're looking for a little embellishment, perhaps.
Wow.
And now it's going to be played up to the line. There's a wrister, blocker pad save. Now it's Saber with it, back behind the net. Staying on that one, it's Blum. Ressman. Jammed by Warner. Now Blum. Miller plays that one rink wide, too far for Saber, who tries to work an angle on Yakish, who plays the body there. Boy, Brady Yakish, when he's out there, you can feel the tempo. He goes.
Yeah,
he's pushing it.
He's not shy about contact as well. He's not afraid of anything when he's out there.
Well, he reminds me of back in the days with Johnny Austin, where they'd move the puck, step up in the play, and force it. Now Miller with it. Best try to leave that over. Now another number 8 takes over. Back through the center ice area, it's going to be Bassan. His shot doesn't get through as Miller greets him with a check. Gavin Best is there again on the near side. Now back they go with it with Will Svendal. Now Dexheimer. Svendal again. Svendal across the line, knocked away from him. Wrist shot. Stick save Limesand, bounding puck. So he plays this one off the boards. That one fails to click with Conley. Heavy off the end boards by Mahoney. In front. And a nice play by Marshall to work his way away from traffic. Through center, he finds an opening and gets that to Reed, who's going to move that one ahead. He's a good puck-moving goaltender. Now it's going to be Best, who plays that one rink wide. Ellings pokes to the boards. Locken Reed is there. Bounding puck at the line, kept neatly and played back through by Lyke. Out of the corner, it's going to be Ellings as he plays for Mortensen. Mortensen's bothered on the play. That by Mahoney. Stays on it. Shallow angle through the goal mouth area. Up high it goes to Yakish, a redirect that nearly goes for Mortensen. I don't think he got it, but it looked pretty from up here. Matsky plays that one rink wide for Locken Reed. Up ahead behind for Best, who knocks that ahead for Miller. But there's Yakish to make the play, and Bischel will turn this one back up ice. He plays that back in and around. Mortensen pinches down the boards as he's there. He'll stay on it, looks back into the corner. Now Bischel off the boards for Yakish. Finds Callahan. His wrister's blocked. Nice defensive play there by Matsky. Callahan. Now it's going to be Ellings. Muscled neatly by Mahoney across the line. Delayed offside. Oh! Nifty move by Bischel. Oh, and he submarines a would-be checker by Krenke. Once you get that one, you better move it because you're not going to get 3. Callahan carries this one back in behind. That's the old adage, even in squirts. 6:15 to go. We're scoreless. What a game.
Well, and I think to his defense, he didn't really have many options. He tried to dangle through some traffic, but Blake, good positioning on that one. He made it through, as you said, the first 2. Third one didn't have so much luck, but really been a great tempo to this game. I love the way Blake gets out of their zone with some speed, but I really like the resiliency so far of Benilde St. Margaret's. They really haven't missed a beat, even when in some trying situations.
Right now we're keeping our eye on what Blake's got rolling. They're definitely playing 2 lines in 4D here in this one so far, at least from what Craig Roberts has noted to me on my phone. It's tough sometimes when you're cycling through the lines like that. Dexheimer jumps for Ressman. Now it's going to be Messenberg greeted with the stick up around the head region there. Gay comes out with it. Warner angles left too far for Messenberg. He comes away through center, gains the line. Messenberg leaves for Warner, gets lit up. There's a shot that's blocked, and it doesn't get its way back through. Now back into the corner. Back up through center. It's going to be Miller with it. And he's blocked on the play. Yakish is there, wraps his man up. Warner now to the corner. Miller back up to the line. Saber There's a shot, redirect there. That came in from Svendal. And now Yakish pokes to center. Dexheimer backpedals, plays back over for Will Svendal. Deflected by Best. Across the line they go with Miller. Rister misses the mark, and now it's going to be Best. Back in behind. Losing an edge is Saber. He'll take over back from the corner. Oh, they had Best open in front. No ice on the play, as it's going to be Axel Reed to play ahead. Dexheimer gets away from one man as it's flipped up high in the air. Bounding puck for Bassan, as Bassan has it in front. That one just misses Conley. Bassan gets it back. He bumps this one back over for Conley, but a nice stick there takes that away by Matsky. But they get it back. Oh, a pad save. What a sprawling save. Mark the tape on that one. That was terrific save by Reed. That one misses the mark. Now it's going to be up to the line. Thompson's shot, glove save, and a beauty. Let's take a look at this one on replay, Bart. That is one heck of a save by Axel Reed.
Yeah, Axel Reed certainly showed his athleticism. Good keep by Benilde St. Margaret's, and a good dish to Marshall. He just let one go, but you can see him use every part of his extremity to keep that puck out of the net, and then an easy subsequent follow-up save. So face-off to his left, 4:04 left in this first period. 0-0 the score. Very athletic save by Axel Reed. Got a couple pair of pretty good goaltenders in here tonight, Pete Wagner.
Yeah, we do. Body check thrown there. And now it's going to be Witzke. Foley. Now coming over to make the play there was Yakish, I believe that was. No, that was Sarsland. Now from the left wing side, it's going to be Witzke. Checked on the play. They play this one through center. That gets past Locke and Reed, as they'll have Jake Svendal with him and Geertsen forechecks. Sent right back in by Witzke. Callahan comes away, 3:17 to go in the period. Yakish off the boards. Ellings in stride across the line. Here comes Ellings, opens up, shoots. Oh, that was blocked on the way through by Ressman. Great setup there on that opportunity by Grant Ellings. That's off Ellings' stick now on the stick of Ressman. They work that one away from Mortensen, who runs into a check. At center ice, Yakish comes away with it, dangles across the line. Oh, nifty feed. Left wing shot. Scores! Yakish to Ellings. 1-0 Red Knights. In transition, Bart Archer.
Well, Yakish showed some good vision on the ice. He saw Ellings over there, drew some defenders in. I thought he was going to go for the net on that one, but he put it over to Ellings, and Ellings through traffic. I don't think Axel Reed really saw that shot until it was past him, but Benilde St. Margaret's 2:47 left in the first takes a 1-0 lead. And that's number 4 for Ellings.
That's Ellings from Yakish and Bissell. 14-15 your time?
14-13 is what I heard.
Okay. Deflected up off the netting and out of play.
Somewhere in that area, Pete Wagner, but expect a bit of a pushback from this Blake Bears squad, and I think it looks like Benilde St. Margaret's is ready for it. But an offensive zone faceoff for this Red Knight team, and it looks like it's going to be Joe Miller in the faceoff dot against Messenberg. Miller, 17 goals on the year in 17 games. Pete, the best part about that is 15 of them are 5-on-5. Only 2 power play goals.
5-on-5, Bart Archer. Show me the money.
Right on.
And
that's
five
game winners, too.
I know.
Pretty
there
impressive.
He is, Miller now across the line.
Oh.
Hammered on the play by Sarsland. Full barrel roll to the corner.
Welcome to the rec center, huh?
Off the stick of Svendal. Now that's Warner. Gives off for Gay. That one misses the mark. Now it's going to be Warner again, back in behind. That misses Messenberg. Cut off by Yakish. Nice job at the blue line. And gloved out of there by Reed.
Well, it wasn't a challenging save by Axel Reed, but sometimes when it gets up into all these banners, you can lose sight of the puck. But he tracked that fluttering puck as there was a I believe it was Cooper Gay waiting in the wings, so nice job by Reed to not only save that or hold on to that puck, but allows the coach to get some fresh legs out there as well. 1:57 left in this first period. Been held up by 1.
You see it, Daryl Hall and John Oates are about to be on tour again, Bart Archer.
How about that?
Can hardly wait. Kidding.
I just never
could never work that angle. Just never worked for yours truly.
I appreciate their talents, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go out of my way.
Now, Daryl Hall and Daryl's basement's something different.
Oh, it's completely different.
Some
That's pretty
really
cool,
good stuff,
actually.
yeah.
Absolutely.
His one with Cheap Trick was amazing. Knocked out of the air with a high stick. We'll bring that one back in the zone.
Well, that's not a bad whistle to take because there were a couple Blake Bears. If Logan Lake didn't flag that one down, it might have been 2-on-1 the other way against Carson Langsand. So it is going to come all the way down into the Blake zone to Reed's right. But Pete, I'm very impressed with the patience on this Blake Bears team and their zone exits. Even with an inspired Benilde St. Margaret's, they're getting out of their zone with some frequency and some efficiency as well.
Blocked up high, could have been trouble. Cranky was there to make the play for the Bears. Back in behind the net it goes. They'll pin up off the end boards. Outlet to the left wing side for Blum. Misses the mark. Ben Thompson now over to Yakish. His shots blocked again by Cranky. Yakish wedges his man Blum. Man, he's already having the game of games for your. I mean, that's my kind of player right there. I mean, you notice him.
Well, he checks a lot of the right boxes, doesn't he?
Indeed. Mortensen, Winder. Oh! Took the elbow right there of Axel Reed off a bullet. Now it's Bischel with it. Bischel will control. That's deflected away. This by far has been the best period of hockey I've seen the Red Knights play since back to their game at Edina, which will allow me to theorize. Now it's going to be Yakish, but I'll keep that to myself. That'll be sent back in behind. Lock and Reed picked off. Knocks it back and makes a nice play there. Best now takes over. Had that from Saber. Now Miller drop past Svendal. That deflects wide. Now it's Gay who gathers in as he looks up ice for Bischel. Gets it out of the snowbank. Runs it through another set of snowbanks. Now it's going to be Gay. Oh, that might have clipped part of the post and crossbar. Deflects on its way through. Doesn't get in on. 5 to go in the period. And what a period we've had here so far. 1-0 in favor of the Red Knights, and that's going to do it. And it has been fire wagon hockey from the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Bart, your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts is you are correct. Benilde St. Margaret's played a very strong period in all three zones, 2 directions. Inspired, kind of like it's my puck, try to take it away from me. We haven't seen that mentality too much this year, but I think Blake came out and did what Blake does, is they come out and they set some pace and they try to make you defend. I think Benilde St. Margaret's answered that bell. I think the second period is going to be just fabulous. A lot of room out there, long line changes, so a lot of factors go into the second period. And second period's been a good period for both squads, so we'll see what unfolds.
We will have more high school hockey coming up with you. I'd like to also remind you that American Family Insurance, insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Find the support you need at amfam.com. We'll be back with more high school hockey coming up right after this.
You know, the difference maker is just the the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel a passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible. The difference maker is just the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel a passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
Welcome back. We're about to start the third period, and it was an entertaining first period. Great hockey indeed between these two hockey clubs. Let's take now a look at your highlight package. Gets it back. He bumps this one back over for Conley, but a nice stick there takes that away by Matsky. But they get it back. Oh, a pad save. Whoa!
Yeah, indeed. And that was Marshall that took that shot. Nice get off the boards and right out to Marshall. He one-timed it on goal. But
the game of games for your, I mean, that's my kind of player right there. I mean, you notice him.
Well, he checks a lot of the right boxes, doesn't he?
Indeed. Mortensen, Winder. Oh!
Well,
fought it off.
And that was Mortensen that took that shot. He has the hot hand, probably the hottest red knight. I thought maybe a wrist shot might have been better for accuracy, but he had the chance to put a shot on goal.
Yeah.
Any shot on goal in this game is a good
bruise
play.
On the bone there, the goaltender was cheaper. Then show me the money.
Right on.
And
that's
five
game winners, too.
I know.
Pretty
there
impressive.
He is, Miller now across the line.
Oh.
Hammered on the pass. That was, I believe, Saber that he hit there. And then finally the Red Knights hit 50 feet. Left wing shot. Scores! Yakish 50 feet. Left wing shot. Scores! Yakish.
And that's one thing I think Benilde's doing better than they have been in the past is getting to the open space or creating the open space, but he saw an opportunity to walk it in a little bit, get a better shot, and he put that one past Reed, and that's where we stand right now, 1-0 Benilde.
A penalty-free game, no penalties in that first period,
no.
And your shots on goal, did you collect those?
I did, actually. I did my homework.
Look at you doing your work.
But I thought I'd try that for a change, but Blake with 7 and Benilde St. Margaret's with 10. But, Pete, this is a period where, second period, both teams actually kind of flex their offensive muscles in the second period. Blake has scored 29 goals for and only 10 against, so that's a plus 19 on the ledger. And Benilde St. Margaret's is plus 18 in the second period. So both teams, this is their best period, so it really has the makings to be a very high-flying, quick-paced period.
Who knows with the way this one's been going. It's been tight to the vest. It's been really, really good. And a couple of news and notes for you here. Nate Schweitzer signed on the dotted line. Of course, he's out of the lineup, headed off to play at Colorado College. Upcoming next year. Fourth-year varsity defenseman, has 26 goals and 87 points in his 94 games at the high school level. Fellow senior captain Seamus Foley also has signed a national letter of intent. He'll play lacrosse at Georgetown.
Awesome.
And as a defender, he helped lead the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights to a runner-up finish in the Class AA state tournament this past season. Tristan Sarsland, of course, has made a verbal commitment to attend Colorado College, which already has former BSM blue liner Connor Mayer on its roster. Other things to make note of, Bart Archer, Ken Pauley picks up his 500th career win. He has 456 of them here with Benilde St. Margaret's. He spent 3 years at Minnetonka, where he had a 20-win season in 05-06, 20-10-1 that year. If you're 20-10-1, you're going to the state final, if you're wondering. Okay.
Especially this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you play 31 games, that's the most you can play.
That's about it, right.
So he has a number of 20-win seasons. He picked that up the other day, the 500th win, the 6-3 win over Bloomington Jefferson, as he continues to lead his team. The alumni is amazing. When you go through the nightly news that was sent to me by Craig Roberts, I mean, you go up and down the lineup of people here. I mean, you go from Christian Horn to Ryan Collins, Jack Glover, Grant Bessie, TJ Moore, Spencer Noss, Ben Newhouse, Carter Rue, Nick Austin, Cade Gleekle, Mr. Hockey finalist in 2016 as a junior at St. Lawrence University. Played for both of these hockey clubs, where he notched 10 goals, 19 assists in 67 career games.
Pretty impressive.
So far
group
at the collegiate level. Holmers, Moore, Risto, Bischel, of course Ryan Bischel we're talking about with Notre Dame, Connor Mayer, Nate Clark, Joe Collins, Jerome Newhouse, Jordan Rue. We're talking
a litany of talent.
Footprints. Now it's going to be Saber forced wide as we're underway. Another big hit there by Sarsland, playing a physical brand on the back line for the Red Knights here tonight as Messenberg plays it in as he's bumped by Saber on his way through. Gay wanted the high slot, but instead that's going to be played back over to the right wing side. That was best for Saber. Saber back in behind the end boards. Joe Miller. Now it's Dexheimer. That one's off the stick of Svendal. And the Red Knights will play that one ahead. Callahan for Warnert up and out of play. it goes.
Well, pretty good purpose by Blake to start this period. A lot of energy going on, but a big hit by Sarsland, and that's one thing I think that'll really help this Benilde team is if they can check with purpose and kind of send a message that it's going to be a little bit more physical. I think that might slow them down a little bit, but Blake didn't seem to waver one bit, but pretty good start of the period by Blake so far.
Face off at center ice. Bassan is there. Oh, nice pickpocket there. Looks out front. Shot by Conley, in on goal. And a big save by Reed.
Wow, it's Bashan that made that play. He tried to get it out front, but the puck kind of got under his skates, so he turned around and sent a backhand out, and it was right on the stick of Conley. He put a good offering on Reed, but Reed came out, challenged the shooter, and made the save. Face off to his right.
Marshall, the draw back to Yakish, the wrister. Ooh, caught the paddle of the stick there of Axel Reed. Marshall looks to position. He's bumped on the play. Up the ice it goes. Nice physical play by Locke and Reed.
Good keep by Like.
Crosby back in behind. Conley is there, turns and shoots, misses the mark. Marshall hustles down the loose puck. Cycles back in behind the net. Mahoney is there. Now it's Conley again. Turns back to the corner for Bassan, who's stopped by Mahoney. Now Bassan gets away from one man as he's going to walk this behind the net. Nice position there. Like had to reach over, couldn't keep. Hands back over for Yakish. Yakish now cuts back against the grain. He's going to be checked at the line. Now it's going to be Like to chase this one down. They're going to let that go. Rob McClanahan and his bench, arms in the air, couldn't believe that mugging was let go, and I kind of don't blame him, but we're going to play on. Playoff-style hockey, as we like to say. And now it's in on goal, as that was stopped and held on to by Carson Limesand.
Well, it wasn't really a shot on goal, and it's going to go well wide, but if Limesand gets a chance to control the puck, he's going to. He caught that one. Maybe thought that the line had been out there for a while, wanted a line change, giving his coach the opportunity. But second period goaltenders, generally, if they have a chance to control the puck, they're going to get that whistle.
15:02. Pulled back. They're looking to find Ressman with that. Back into the corner. Sarsland comes away with it as he accelerates and leaves up to the left wing side. Here they come now with Will Thompson. Sarsland steps up in the play. Thompson tried to swing that one through. Now it's going to be Krenke. Krenke plays that one rink wide. Ben Thompson, nice chip of the glass there. Oh, fortuitous bounce right there. That one's going to be turned back aside by Reed as that opportunity came in from Geertsen. Back from the corner, it's Ressman. Checked on the play. Ben Thompson timing about right there as he blew up Blum. Rister in on goal as that's held onto by Limesand. Look at this check at the blue line.
Well, indeed, there was a red knight, and I think it was Ben Thompson that went off. He looks a little gingerly, but there you can see how everything kind of leads up to it. But just stepped into that check. Timing was pretty good as it stands. No referee's arms up, but I think both players felt that one.
That was Blum that went off Ginger there. I think Ben Thompson delivered the check.
Yep. But Thompson just he doesn't look terribly comfortable. I'm sure he's not going to miss any shifts or anything, but physical part of the game, as long as it has purpose and they're not going out of their way, which so far Benilde St. Margaret's has really picked some pretty good spots and sent some pretty good messages, but I don't think Blake has phased too much. Offense's own face-off for the Bears.
Best and Bischel take the draw. Bischel, a 64% winner in the face-off circle, and you can see why.
That's impressive.
Back and across the line, Best was looking for Miller. Now it's going to be Bischel who puts on the brakes. Off the boards he goes for Ellings, who picks up some speed across the line. Here comes Ellings, wedged by Dexheimer. Back to the corner, that's bumped off the boards, and Miller will race from the right wing side. Bischel gets a stick on him, but that isn't going to bother Miller. Oh, he can shoot it. That one went off the glass all the way to center. Now Dexheimer will regroup back into his own zone as he will draw in the forecheck of Ellings and accelerate away. Bischel chops him down. Nice turnover there forced by Bischel. Reed the glove save. Didn't see where the rebound went. Oh, and a big check thrown there by Mortensen. Sabre, welcome to this contest in the second period. Now it's going to be Callahan as he's jammed by Miller back in behind the net. Reed will play this around to the left wing side. Best is there. Now it's down low. There's a chance. Oh, golden opportunity for Gay off the feed from Warner. Now Messenberg puts on the brakes, protects the puck to the near boards. Warnert comes out with it, looks down low for Gay. Gay gets the stick, and the puck comes up to center off the glass, and a wise play there by the Bears. How about this for a scoring chance?
Well, indeed, it was a terrific scoring chance. I like the way that Benilde St. Margaret's is working their sticks, but it was Gay in all alone. Try to go short side along the ice, but Reed closed the gap very, very quickly. But very responsible sticks by Benilde St. Margaret's. Their positioning is solid. They're fighting through checks. They're making space for themselves. This is really a good showing so far by the Red Knights. They just have to sustain this, Pete, throughout 3 periods.
Yakish now at center ice as he dances back with it. Finds Like. Now Like from center. Oh, and on the tape for Gay across line. Oh, he had the glove hand side, but closing on him quickly was Crosby that took that shooting lane away, and up and out of play it goes.
Well, Crosby actually had really good position on that, and Gay really didn't have anywhere to go but to take that shot, and then it was Theo Crosby that put his stick in the way. That's a second busy stick on a pretty good opportunity, so good defense by the Blake defender. Face-up now to Reed's right. 12:34 left in the second period.
Marshall pokes that through back in behind. Lockenreed was there. Now it's going to be Mahoney. Deflected up and out of play off Callahan.
Well, I thought it might have gone off Witzke, but we'll see where the face-off indeed is. But, you have to like that pass. It was on the tape just a little in front of him, and it ramped up and out of play. It's going to be a center ice face-off.
So far, penalty-free game. It's been great 5-on-5 hockey.
They're letting them play.
We're solving it here. Well officiated, no question.
I agree.
Back across centers, Mahoney, wrister. Limesand on the rising puck decides to hang on, and the faceoff will come up inside his zone.
Well, and I don't know if it was Mahoney's idea to get the puck that high on the dump in. Normally you want to get it a couple feet off the ice, maybe at the most, so it comes off the pads or at least makes a challenging save. But if a puck comes near Limesand's glove, he's going to snare it like Gaetti used to. I had to pull that.
Speared.
Right.
Gary Gaetti.
Now we can say speared by Josh Donaldson.
That's something, huh? Still talking about that. Yakish. Does this town even know how to handle a superstar? I mean, it gets a little weird around here.
Well, we build them up and then we try to tear them down.
Oh, don't we? More than any other market. But in Philadelphia, they just tear them down to tear them down some more.
Yeah, and then they trade them.
Yakish for Bassan, and then they go light it up.
Yep.
Hey, how did that work out for Harper? Oh, it didn't, did it? Off the glass to center ice it goes. Rushman now.
Maybe that's the reason why they won.
Yeah, that was the point. That's beautiful. It issued by
good locker room.
subtraction. Down in front they go. I mean, what a great player, but, you never know.
Right.
Heithoff is there. Nate Heithoff plays through center. In on goal. Limesand's going to be forced to cover because on comes Gavin Best.
Well, you just look at Benilde St. Margaret's. They're winning one-on-one battles, and they're getting the puck with possession in the zone, too. So they're doing a lot of things right. And a lot of people, I talked to some people, how did they lose to Chaska? Well, Chaska's a pretty good team, number one, but they say, did they play to the level?
But they didn't have Jimmy Snuggerud.
True, but they didn't have Schweitzer, so every team has its challenges. But, yeah, it was a bit of a head-scratcher, but I was pretty impressed with the way that Chaska played. My point being is, people ask if they're playing to the level of their competition. I think that's a little bit of an insult to the competition. I just think they have to find some consistency in their game, and it looks like tonight they've seen consistency. Now they just have to sustain it. But another puck ramped up and out of play with a busy stick from the Blake Bears.
Messenberg in to draw against Miller. Miller clean one back to the corner for Svendal. Will Svendal chips over to the left wing side for Best. Now it's going to be Messenberg to play that one back in behind. Set over to the side by Reed. Now it's going to be Dexheimer to play back around to Best. Ooh, that hit the back of his wheel. Gets it back, though. Now it's on the stick of Gay. Cooper Gay fights through one would-be checker. Now off a stick at center, swatted in, and offside at the line as Gay played that down with his glove.
Every time Blake seems to get possession, they try to make a pass, and it's a Benilde St. Margaret stick that interrupts it. Either it deflects it so they can't make the play, or they knock it down and turn it the other way. But Benilde St. Margaret's just really good sticks, good quality sticks today, been very effective.
Ellings, now Bischel. Finds Ben Thompson at center. Knocks that one in. That hit the stick of Brett Witzke. Too far for Matsky. Now across the line, it's going to be Mahoney. Now Ellings with speed. He's really playing a game here. Ellings has the game's lone goal for Mortensen to the corner for Bischel. Up to the line, Ben Thompson walks it off. Nice job to put on the brakes. Didn't like what he had. He's going to play that back behind, and Mortensen will get that loose puck. Mortensen plays that to the slot, knocked out of there by Reed. Ellings from the right circle, guides that back in behind. Bischel deals with the check from Mahoney. Now Thompson bumps the boards. Bischel again. Oh, he hits the crossbar. Plays that one down with a stick. Pad save. That sounded like it hit the back of the net. It didn't. Now it's Ben Thompson to play this one back into the corner. Reached for by Reed. And now they'll pull this one off the boards. Mahoney has the puck and gathers it behind. Flips it to center. Yakish went in to play it. Delayed offside as the Bears have a freebie. Sometimes it's okay to take the whistle.
I was just going to say that.
You see oftentimes players just, like it's kryptonite and they bail. But if it leads to that, right, it's problematic at its finest. Back out of the zone, Svendal, and a great opportunity for the Bears. Back through center. Heithoff is there. A little shifty move there. He played a lot in the JV game. Had a terrific effort. Shallow angle opportunity now. Back up to the line. There's a slapper that hits traffic on the way in. Now it's going to be Conley over for Marshall. Walks it into the neutral zone. Marshall finds some real estate. He's going to gain the line. Gets through one man. Ooh, he can snipe, but a stick there by Ressman. Broke that up at the last second. Knocked to center there by Thomas Nelson. Now there's Like ahead. Gathered back in by Ressman. Played back up to the line. Bounding puck. Off the boards to center. Like is going to handle that one off the boards. Looked for Marshall. And now it's going to be played off a stick. That's Conley. Now bumped off the boards by Heithoff and sent right back into Red Knight territory for an icing call.
Well, it just seems like Blake can't find that offensive rhythm or get a sequence of passes going up, but it all is a credit to Benilde St. Margaret's. They're winning the little battles. But one thing I'm worried about with Benilde is they're starting to get a little aggressive after the puck. Before, their positioning was very solid. Now they're starting to kind of drift out of position a little bit. Just something to keep an eye on. So far they're playing very solid, but just these little tendencies can creep in. Just play your position is what I'd recommend. They've been very effective moving the puck. Messenberg gets tossed. Cooper Gake moves in against Joe Miller of the Bears.
Back behind the net. Gay is there. And now it's going to be handled. Dexheimer to center. Sarsland will get the loose puck as he's going to be bothered by Saber. Sarsland hard behind for Callahan. Callahan ahead for Gay, misses the mark, and no ice. They washed that at the last second. Now Dexheimer back in behind his own net, winds it up the ice. Dexheimer lays that one ahead. Messenberg reads that through center as he tries to turn it up. Got a little casual at the blue line, turns it over. Chance energy down low. Now Dexheimer, he's creative from the blue line. Looks to play that one back in behind. Saber is there. Messenberg wedges in on him. Tries to kick that loose. Now it's going to be Callahan with it. Sarsland gives that one up to the left wing side for Gay as he tried to play that through to the right wing side. Instead repelled right back in by the Bears. Here's a chance off the bench and in on goal. Matsky with the opportunity.
Well, it's Benilde getting a little loose in their zone, having trouble catching up with the puck, but it was Blake that had a good opportunity. They just put it on a doily in the left-hand circle, and he let one rip, but Carson Limesand came out and challenged, took really any openings away, held on to it, face off to his right, 7:18 left to go. But Blake showed a little offensive life during that sequence. Benilde St. Margaret's starting to chase a little bit during that.
There's a chance that misses the mark. And up to the line, that's held in and knocked in by Witzke. And now, turned over. Witzke shot, pad save, rebound. And they're going to keep the pressure on, are the Bears. Another body check, throwing that one on Will Thompson to the line, but not out. Now it's going to be Foley who steps up. Will Thompson down to the knees, gets back up, stays on the puck. And that's a nice play by the Bears to break that one up. That was Brett Witzke in on the play along with Locke and Reed.
Well, Blake seems like they're getting a little confidence going on, but it was Mahoney that got, I think, hit pretty hard along the wall. It was a good legal check, but again, it kind of gets their attention again. But really a nice couple shifts by Blake. But now it's offensive zone faceoff for Benilde.
Up through center, it's Nate Heithoff with it. Back in below, Blum is there. Nelson as well. That's knocked off a stick and gloved down by Limesand.
Well, Thomas Nelson turned the tide a little bit. It was trying to be a cross-ice pass, but he knocked it down back in the direction of Carson Limesand. So Blake's showing a little life right now. They need to get something positive to happen. They've been working hard, but they've been chasing the play. Now they're dictating the course of the play, and they have been chasing a little bit.
And the period started out with the Red Knights all over with the scoring chances, but now the Bears have moved the needle back the other way. Now they're asserting their will in the offensive zone, creating chances. Bischel high in the air to center. Ellings was there along with Ressman, who played that one ahead. Bischel gathered in by Callahan, who surveys up the ice, gets away from the arm check of Nelson. Right wing side, Mortensen lays into that one. That was blocked out by Jake Svendal. Bischel turnaround chance off the side of the cage. Now Yakish will wait for the rolling puck and guide it back into the corner. Mortensen jumps through a check there. To the near boards it goes. Heithoff will wait for that to be guided up to him by Ressman. Knocked to center off the stick of Thomas Nelson. Oh, nice play there. Pokes that one to the corner. Blum is there. Now it's going to be like with it. 5:10 to go in the period. Long pass for Mortensen. Misses the mark. Svendal looks ahead. And now it's going to be Miller who plays this one back into the corner. Like plays that through, and there's Limesand to make the save as he looked through traffic there and came up with a good one.
Well, he had to, and it was Saber tried to go short side on him. Really some good work. I believe it was Mahoney that kind of spearheaded the rush up the ice, but I know it was Saber that actually took that shot short side, but Limesand did a nice job of receiving that one, allowing Coach Pauly to get some fresh legs out there. Just 2 ticks under 5 minutes to go in this second period. Benilde hanging on to a 1-goal lead.
Cross the line, steered off the end boards by Limesand. Sarsland guides around for Marshall. Looks up toward the middle for Conley as that was knocked away by Saber behind the net. Callahan puts on the brakes. Sarsland back up to the right wing side for Marshall. Finds Conley on the move. Conley with speed across the line puts on the brakes. That's deflected, steered wide. Nice save there by Reed. Marshall gets it back. Snapper, that's blocked. Nice job there up front by Best. Best across the line. He's got Dexheimer racing up and a trailer. There it is. Scores! Oh, he finds a trailer. William Maskey for his 9th of the season. A beautiful goal. We're tied at 1.
Well, I think Benilde got a little aggressive on that. Got caught with a lack of numbers through the neutral zone, and it was Blake that came in, but it was Maskey that finished that play off. Just a nice touch shot up and over the blocker side shoulder of Carson Limesand. Now we're at 1, and for Maskey, that's number 9.
We're even up at 1 now. Like takes a draw with 4:12 to go. Long pass for Gay across the line. Risser scores! Right back at you. Whoa, my word. 2-1. Cooper Gay with a bullet off the draw.
Well, and that's going to give this Red Knight team a little bit of energy, not make them relax a little bit, but obviously after that goal, it gave Blake the mojo, so it's a really good answer. Just seconds later, it's Cooper Gay that came down and put one up over the shoulder of Reed, and for Cooper Gay, that's number 8, but what a big goal it was.
Man, that was like to Messenberg with the clean draw to like to Yakish. Yakish goes rink wide on an angle to Gay, who comes up with a huge goal over the glove of the Blake goaltender to recapture the 2-1 lead in a tense hockey game here from the rec center. Hope you're all enjoying it as much as I am.
And it's 2 primary apples for Yakish of Benilde St. Margaret's.
Jammed on the play was like, how's she going, Connor Mahoney? Nice check there. Yakish off the end boards. Warnert is there. He's taking a little stick action from Mahoney behind the net. Now it's Yakish again, gets away from one man, up to Messenberg. Messenberg crosses with Gay across the line. Messenberg down low, shallow angle, created space there, used Gay as kind of a pick, if you will, or a distraction, and gets a shot on goal.
Sure, and then it was Reed that made a pretty good save on that. It was Warner that came by, and I think Reed took a little exception. I don't think Warner did anything other than skate through the blue, but it's been kind of a little bit up and down, but looks like Benilde is kind of back on the rails again. Pretty good opportunities after that Blake goal. Now they still have that 1-goal advantage, but they're pushing.
Callahan pinched on Best, and then it's Bischel off the glass behind, handled by Ressman. He gets that to his partner in Svendal. Oh, glove down Miller. He's dangerous. Here he comes. He has Heithoff on the right wing side. Heithoff, though, stood up by Sarsland. Played back through. Now it's going to be Ellings with speed as he guides that one ahead. Mortensen finds Bischel. Bischel goes inside out and inside again as he's stopped by Jake Svendal. Now Miller. Pickpocketed. Here comes Ellings. He is a house of fire.
Great back pressure.
Ellings looks in front. Nice busy stick there by Ressman. Shot in on goal, and that's covered by Reed.
Well, the deflection was at about the faceoff dot, so it gave Reed plenty of time to make an adjustment on that one. But as it stands, I just think this Benilde St. Margaret team, sometimes they get a little aggressive. They have a 1-goal lead, 2:35 left in the second period. The defense are very aggressive as far as the pinch, and the rotations aren't there, so Blake is coming down with potential odd man rushes, something that Benilde's going to have to be cognizant of.
Shot that's blocked, and Krenke comes away with it. Now Krenke back up through center ice to the right wing side for Thomas Nelson. Yakish plays the body there. Ben Thompson as well. Thompson watched on the play. Now it's Foley trying to fish it out with the long reach. The long pole for you lacrossers. Back up to the line it goes. Not that I know anything about that sport, but I'll pretend. Back behind Yakish.
Sounded good to me.
Guides that up to the left wing side. Foley comes through with it. Tries to play that through center and muscle his way through. Yakish helps out. Nelson gets shivered on the play. Now it's going to be Will Thompson into the corner. Dexheimer jammed on the play there.
Boy, Thompson's really bringing the physical game tonight.
Yeah, Will Thompson showing no fear cavalier. Started with an earthquake. Birds and planes. Delaria. Over to the left wing side they go. Bart knew it.
I like it.
Maybe you're the only one. I don't know.
That's all right.
Off the boards, a foot race. Bassan isn't going to quite get there. Back into Red Knight territory we go with 1:23 to go in the second period.
Wow, looks like Sarsland had a pretty good angle on the initial pass, but it just shelled off the angle, and even the speed of Bashan couldn't catch up with it, so it is going to come all the way down 123. So very great opportunity for this Blake Bears team to win this faceoff and put some pressure back on Carson Limestone in the waning moments of this period. But it's going to be Bashan in the faceoff dot against Mahoney.
Back in behind the net, it's going to be Yakish with it. Oh, opts to go right up the middle for Bassan. Couldn't handle, but a good read there. Matsky across the line. Yakish gets the stick on that one, deflects it up off the netting and out of play.
Well, one thing I noticed about William Matsky, the sophomore forward, is he can take that shot while in stride. Not everybody can do that. Some people have to get into the glides before they can let one go, but he was in full stride when he let that one rip, but up and out of play, so face off to Carson Limestone's right, 1:10 left in the second period.
Messenberg, the face-off win. Callahan, the puck from the right corner. Cuts over to the left wing side. Looks ahead for Messenberg, but that route was jumped by Best. The left-handed shot. Stick checked by Messenberg. Gets it back. Cooley through center he goes. Leaves up for Gay. Look out. He's dangerous across the line, but a nice angle by Dexheimer. In his way is Warner, and there's red and white sweaters everywhere. Sarsland gets it. Wrister blocked. Puck's loose. Gay shoots. That one's blocked. Now it's going to be Warner again. He'll shoot that one. Oh, a nice stick save, steered over to the far corner. Now Messenberg. He's knocked off the puck as Dexheimer stays on it with 30 to go. Now Best leaves off for Miller. Back to Best. Knocked away by Callahan. There's a big slapper in on goal as that drive came through by Will Svendal.
Well, a lot of room for Svendal to whine and take that shot. He walked into that one, and there was some traffic. Limestone a little bit farther to the right part of the goal than he normally is, but he made that save. He picked the right spot, but good opportunity for Blake. Now they have an offensive zone faceoff. 23 seconds left in the second period. Very important faceoff for both teams. Emphasis on this Benilde St. Margaret Red Knight team. Going to be Bashan against Mahoney again.
We had to update that score. Thanks, Jamie Kastner.
Appreciate it.
My director, David Sampson, didn't see that. I didn't say the right last name, so I wouldn't implicate you.
Well done.
See, that's what a team player does.
You've done this before.
Oh, believe me. I've run that thing while I've tried to do, I don't know, there's like 80 things going on at once. The FSN quality productions continue here at the MNHockey.tv. Cross the line, Conley. That one misses the mark.
Take that shot.
There's a wrister, blocker, pass, save, rebound over the top of the goal. Conley again. 3 to go in the period. Up to the line, Sarsland, the snapper, on the way through. Big finish there for the Red Knights. A good push back from the Blake Bears. A quick response, and we've had one heck of a hockey game here from the Rec Center. 2-1 after 2.
Well, and that trend is going to continue through the third period. I'm looking for a lot of energy and focus out of this Blake Bears team. They actually kind of fought back and got to be relevant in this game again, tied the game up, but then I think they had a little bit of a letdown apparently as far as covering the ice, and it was Cooper Gay that came in and gave them that 1-goal advantage, but the third period promises to be a very torrid pace, but a lot of fun to watch.
We'll be back with more high school hockey coming up, and like to remind you that American Family Insurance, with the right support, any dream is possible. Find an agent and get a quote at amfam.com.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social, and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. So we have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamites is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. You might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting. And remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
know, the difference maker is just the, you know, the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel, you know, passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, you know, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you know, you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment, you know, someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to, you know, be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly, you know, the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once, you know, we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
Lift it up, 1, 2, 3, good. Looks great.
Wow, this looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
Can you do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project that I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
Ooh.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
Ice has been completely resurfaced by Ole, our guy John Olson. Another quality laid down by him.
He's an artist.
He is an artist.
I agree.
Speaking of artistry, how about that for a period? That's hockey at art at its finest. Let's take a look at your highlight package, David Hill, and what do we have? We got goals only, right? Here's the big turnover, Bart, by the Bears, and they take advantage to tie it at 1.
Yeah, and this is Best with the puck, just dished it back, and that was Matsky that put it up and over the shoulder of Carson Limesand, and we'll see it again. But Best, good zone entry, kind of checked up a little bit, waited for things to develop, and got the trailer. The trailer can generally be the most dangerous man in the offense coming into the offensive zone, but beat a very good Carson Limesand to tie the score at 1.
And that was really possible by the work of Dexheimer going heavy to the net as he forced that second defenseman to take him opening up that trailer.
Well, you can't let him by, so it's gonna really grab the defenseman and pull him into that position.
What was it? About 4 seconds later, the next goal came through.
I think it might have been 4.
We're even up at 1 now. Like takes a draw with 4:12 to go. Long pass for Gay across the line. Risser scores! Right back. We're even up at 1 now. Like takes a draw with 4:12 to go. Long pass for Gay across the line. Risser scores!
4-2. But Blake down by a goal. They're going to come out with some good focus, I'm sure, and really try to inflict their will on this Benilde St. Margaret team. But they've done that a couple times before, and Benilde's resisted and actually persevered. So it'll be a good war of attrition right now in this third period.
Excuse me. One of the things that David Hill and our producer said when he's going back through the highlights, he said, wow, the Red Knights are really pounding on the Bears here at the physical game. I mean, this is the heaviest I've seen the Red Knights play all year, and that was a great observation by David.
I don't disagree with that whatsoever, but it's with purpose, too. So they're not just doing it to make the crowd go wild. They're doing it with purpose, and I think it's had some residual value throughout this game.
Well, there haven't been any penalties either way, so it's all been within the rules.
Correct.
Albeit maybe a little stretched, but not much. Not enough to call here at this stage of the game. It's been a great game. Now the Bears moving from right to left across your screen, looking very Hartford Whaler-esque in their color scheme, as I love that. Miller with it, back to the corner. That's the one thing I think the Carolina Hurricanes missed on. They should have kept the color scheme. I'm just saying. But I guess a cup later, who am I to say?
Well, it's a good
all about the
talking
color
point.
Scheme.
I'm not a huge fan of the blue and the green, but I know that you've always been a Hartford Whaler fan.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. I love
Ronnie
their logo.
Francis got his start there, buddy.
Love their logo.
Our guy Paul Ranheim, we'll see him against these Bears behind the bench.
You're a big Pat Verbeek guy.
Pat Verbeek, terrific, helped the Dallas Stars to Lord Stanley's Cup in 1999. Backing across the line, it's Miller. Brought the cup to Holy Mass. Sat in the pew with him. He did. Matsky went across the line. No family members, just Patty Verbeek in the cup.
That's funny. It figures I'd bring up the name.
And by the way, he and Heimer, Paul Ranheim, very close.
Oh, well, Heimer's a good guy. I appreciate Pat Verbeek's ability, and from what I understand, he had a challenge with one of his hands from a farming accident, and it didn't seem to slow him down a whole bunch. He could put the puck in the net in bunches.
I almost felt like that was an overblown reported thing where every play-by-play guy had to point that out. You know, one of those deals? Bischel now for Ellings. Back for Bischel, misses the mark. It's true. Back in behind. I'm not putting you in that bundle. I know you're suggesting I am, but I'm not.
Like, what?
No. That's a good one, though. I'm not that smart. I wish I would have thought of that. Now that you bring that up.
That's funny.
Back up to the line they go with it. Mahoney now.
Ooh,
Shovels
nice
that
pass.
to the near side. Sostowitsky. Oh, and he's lit up by Yakish. Now Like back in behind the net. Yakish comes back away with it. Look out. He had the forechecking Connor Mahoney coming on. Now it's going to be Ellings for Mortensen. Back in across the line. Svendal with it. He'll chip this around to the near boards for Connor Mahoney. Knocked away from Blum. Now it's Conley. Sarsland turns this one up ice. Gives off for Mortensen to Bischel. Looks ahead and on goal as reads wisely to pounce down on that one and cover that up.
Well, I do like what I've seen out of the Red Knights. They're moving the puck to the open man. When they try to go one-on-one with everybody, they slow the play down. But when they move the puck, they can get up the ice with some efficiency as well. Out-of-town scoreboard, Moorhead last look was up 5-2 over Rosso.
That's a big Section 8 AA implication.
In fact, that's a final, I believe.
By the way, yours truly and our team will be heading up to Roseau, working with Billy Lund to install some more of our automation at Memorial North and the high school. Looking very forward to putting them on board. All of your out-of-town games, out-of-town scoreboard can now be out-of-town video. Taking over the high school hockey and the youth hockey world.
I like it.
Marshall bumps that back in behind their. They have 10 tournaments, youth tournaments throughout the year, 10 of them. All of them will be streaming, so only one parent usually goes up because they're chasing the others to the rink down here in the Twin Cities. Oh, that one by Dexheimer nearly finds its way through. Bischel looked ahead. Now reaching back is Best. Now it's going to be Yakish with it. Gay tried to muscle his way on that puck. Miller now on the stick for Svendal. Rink wide. Handled by Dexheimer. Gay plays that one off a pair of skates. Now it's going to be Bassan with it. Callahan. He'll walk the right wing boards. Goes inside out. Stays on that puck. Now it's going to be the Bears to work up the left wing side with Svendal. Plays that one through for Best. Best with an opening. Shoots. Oh, that's off the. That's knocked in with a hand. No goal on that one.
Well, and that's going to be Jack Saber that just kind of the natural reaction is just to put your hand on the puck if possible, but it was pushed in with a hand.
So, too.
But it was Linesand that made the initial save, but look at him all alone. Just used his hand to put it in the net. Net came off the mooring, so a whistle. But one thing about Benilde is the defense are pinching. I love when teams pace aggressively at the blue line. But when you get caught in deep, Blake Bears were getting numbers down low, and that has to be a point of concern for the Red Knights. The faceoff is going to come all the way down into the Blake zone. You have to appreciate the effort,
13-16.
though.
Nice work on the replay effort there, David. Getting it done.
Going to be Warner against Miller in the faceoff circle.
Warner to draw, but Best nearly won it for his team with some effort off the wing. Red Knights throw that one back in on net. You know, the Red Knights have had an answer for this top line, and they've been all over Miller here. They've taken away a lot of his space.
Well, you can see that he can play and he can create space, but you're right. They're on him very, very quickly, really taking away his time and space. Nice play by Gay to turn that one back up. Otherwise, it would have been odd man rush the other way for the Bears.
Ooh, I thought someone was going to get tossed there. Messenberg and Miller. Love that jostle at the circle. Callahan took it from Gay. His shot's blocked at the line. Could Best and Cranky block any more shots? I mean, it's incredible. And a penalty coming up behind the play for a hold.
Well, it is going to be a holding penalty. Boy, that's a it looks like it's going to be Callahan that's going to go for that hold. So a prominent penalty killer for this Red Knight team. Is good to have depth. So Coach Ken Pauly can put some credible defensemen out there. But the challenge now is in front of the Red Knights to kill this penalty off and pick up Callahan. But a great opportunity.
And why is that, Bart Archer?
Say it again.
Why is it? Because how good is that Blake Bear power play? It clicks at what?
34%.
That's sizzling.
Yeah, it's 18 of 53.
And there's a draw to get it started. Svendal back from Dexheimer. Svendal blocker pad. Oh. Fought out of there by Limesand and swatted out of there by Sarsland.
Boy, that was a big save by Limesand on that one. But an 88% penalty kill for Benilde St. Margaret's pretty formidable. But I think Limesand's going to have to be their best PK guy during this challenge.
Messenberg cuts it off at center. Tries to muscle his way through a couple of skates. In comes Sarsland. He's going to be cut off by Dexheimer. Chipped over to the near boards. Across the line on it, it's going to be Best as he's checked. Miller cuts to the forehand. Wrister over the top of the goal. Boy, that gets off the stick and to that net in a hurry. Ellings gets that back up into the neutral zone. And back into the corner, Sarsland throws the leather on Thomas. Oh, here's a chance. Shot, pad, save, and a beauty. Ellings chops that out of the zone, sends that one in wide of the mark as it's going to be pushed up the left wing side. That's Reed as he comes over for Dexheimer. Now Locken Reed will take it. Of course, brothers Locken and Axel here on this edition. Father Sean, the coach on the Juggernaut girls team. Perennially one of the top teams in the Class 2A.
And Locken Reed has got some strength about him, too.
Up to the near side, Saber. Down the left wing wall to Matsky. Like is hammered. Gets it off, though, and sends it the length of the ice on the ring. 22 to go on the power play. Feels like a playoff game. Back and across the line. Inside out goes Saber, fully unimpressed. Back to the corner. Oh, and Foley absolutely goes right under Mahoney. Big hit there. Knocked away by Bassan. Back up to the line. Look out. Oh, what a play by Like. Here comes Bassan. We're even strength now. Bassan feeds over. Backhander save made by Reed. What a play. Bassan to Will Thompson. And the Red Knight faithful loving it here at the St. Louis Park Rec Center.
Well, it was a really great sequence by the Red Knights fending off the onslaught by this Blake Bears team. They had possession, but it all came down to Foley making the big hit, separated the puck, but then it was Benilde that came down with some numbers, and it was Will Thompson that actually finished or redirected that shot on goal. Nice save by Reed to keep that puck out. We're back to 5-on-5.
Back off into the corner. Messenberg. And back through the zone they go with Cranky. He's stopped by Callahan. Messenberg couldn't handle. Now it's going to be Svendal with it. Touches over to the right wing side. Off the stick of Witzke. Back into the neutral zone. Knocked in by Witzke again. Sarsland will get it on the delayed offside. Now they're touched up. Here come the Red Knights. Callahan to the right wing. The D-man steps up. He tried to pull a shot through. Didn't get anywhere with that. As that was Svendal. Jake Svendal to stay on him. Messenberg regroups in his own zone for Callahan. Callahan with nowhere to go but up the right wing boards as he flipped to Jake Svendal. Now it's going to be Yakish. Ooh, he's pickpocketed by Miller, who works it to the corner, comes back out, look out. Oh, off the toe of Saber's stick. Plays this one back to the blue line. That's controlled. Svendal back over to Dexheimer. Will Svendal, number 19, and Jake Svendal, number 26. Messenberg now from the left wing side at the hash, plays that through. Knocked away by Dexheimer, but back on the stick of Grant Ellings. Again, there's Dexheimer with the stick. Red Knights in deep as they touch up. Warner to the bench. Mortensen on the ice. Away from one man is Will Svendal. Left wing side they go for Best. Tried to find Miller across the line. Now Best with it. Back in behind for Miller. Tried to walk off the end boards as there's Sarsland to greet him. To the line, held in by Dexheimer. Knocked away from him by Bischel. Here comes Ellings, foot race. He'll have Bischel 2-on-1. Svendal back. Oh, what a defensive play as he rides Ellings hard into the boards. Back from the corner it goes. It's going to be Saber now on the outlet. Near side Best, watched by Yakish. Best got a little bit casual there, and Yakish said thank you very little and jams him. Right wing side, Bischel. Trailer, Mortensen loads it up. He sent a pass to the far side and sent back out to the neutral zone. William Matsky steps on the ice. Up to the near side it goes. That's knocked away from Bischel. Matsky tripped up on the play, but we play on. Knocked away back to center. Callahan will have to wait on it. He's going to be content to chip in. Red Knights are good as they touch up at the line. Conley is jammed by Lock and Reed at center now. Pace picking up here in the third period with 8:27 to go. Offside at the line. Conley caught in as Bassan worked his way across.
Well, Bashan didn't really have much of a chance. It was Crosby that was closing quickly, but Ellings couldn't get out of the zone, so hence a whistle. But I really like the way that Benilde's just pushing the puck, being very patient, getting some space and just dumping it deep and then going to work, sending one man on the puck, and he's been very effective so far.
Callahan goes rink wide on the play for Lyke across the line, gets away from one man. Here comes Lyke, a snapper, pad save. Reed back in behind, wanted to feed a pass to the slot area, nobody there. Now it's going to be Marshall up from the right point for Bassan. He draws a checker with him and plays this down the wall for Conley. Now Marshall tries to come through with it. Callahan knocked off the glass to center for Marshall. Now it's going to be handled by Nate Heithoff across the line. Nice play on the escape. Tries to find the slot area. That hits a pair of skates right back at him in the corner. Blum. Now it's going to be Marshall. Bumps the boards. Conley takes over. Cut off on the play by Krenke, and it's gathered in by Jake Svendal. He looks ahead to center on the stick for Blum as he's going to play that back in behind. Yakish now with 7:33 to go in the period. Over skates. He's going to calmly get that back to Callahan. He sidesteps one would-be checker. That's Saber. Back into the neutral zone it goes. Rink wide. Yakish is there. Gets away from one man. Looks for Marshall. Miller chopped down immediately as it's knocked to center.
Nice recovery by Yakish.
Dexheimer plays that ahead as that misses the mark for Saber. Yakish back in behind the net again. Off the boards. Quickly to center. Warner with a rolling puck. Tries to play that back in to the corner. Does with Will Svendal on him. Dexheimer gathers in. Up the boards. He's jammed on the play by Messenberg. And now they're going to work through the zone with Saber across the line. They collapse on him. Shots blocked. Svendal, a shot right into the midsection as that is handled by Carson Limesand with 6:45 to go.
Well, interesting for Benilde St. Margaret's. They have Foley, they have Sarsland, and they also have Yakish out. So they have three defensemen and two forwards on that. So Coach Ken Pauley obviously knows the situation. Up by a goal, 6:45 left in regulation time. But they did a nice job of keeping this Bears team at bay.
Ellings had Mortensen in the neutral. Now Yakish comes away with it at the line. Flips that in, glove down on the play there by Svendal. Over to the right wing side. Matsky now plays to the corner. And now it's going to be at the boards and played up to the line. One-timer that misses the mark. Wide of the net. Oh, that's Limestad who made a nice save off the Mahoney bid. Now it's Mortensen through center. 2 on now, 3 on 4. Mortensen behind the net, protects the puck and looks toward the slot area. He knocks that one back into the corner. Bischel has to control it. Look at that, stays on it. Phone booth plays that behind as Ellings reaches for it. He had Mortensen wanting to take the shot. Oh, and a big save by Bishop. What a save by Reed. Right pad save, a beauty. Ellings jammed on the play, took exception to that one from Mahoney. Gave him a little how's she going. Now it's going to be up the ice by Sarsland. Oh, nice read to try to feed to Gay, but that was cut off by a nice stick by Heithoff. Messenberg stands up his man. That's Nelson, but away they go anyway with Blum across the line. Ooh, that hit Gay through as Sarsland looked to the heavens on there as Gay will have to go get it in the corner. Look out in front. Oh, and that one goes through. This was a wild series of events. Now it's going to be Messenberg with it. On the tape for Warner. Nice crisp pass out of the zone. Gay lets one go. The quick, heavy shot in on goal. That's going to be handled by Reed.
Well, that was a trying moment for Benilde behind the goal line. It caromed off Callahan and bounced back up. Shallow angle shot, and I don't think Limestone was aware of it. But then it was Benilde St. Margaret's that regained possession, came down and put a pretty good shot on Axel Reed. Nice save by the Blake goaltender. 5:11 clock becoming an issue now for this Blake Bears team. They've had some looks, but solid defensive play by this Benilde St. Margaret team.
Goaltender has stood up when they've needed him too. Yakish shots deflected. Foley in front. He and Dexheimer, that's a size mismatch. Shot in on goal by Messenberg, and that was cut down by the goaltender, Axel Reed. Now Messenberg from behind the net tried to feed Warner. Third man high is Foley there as he came over to greet Best, but across the line is Dexheimer. Stopped at entry, and now it's going to be Messenberg to come away with it. The sure-handed center iceman up for Warner, deflects that one through, and that will be an icing call. For you young kids at home, Warner had the stick up about waist high and seemed a little bit surprised that that pass came through. Look at this opportunity right here.
Well, kind of a trying moment. A couple pretty good shots on goal, but Axel Reed did a nice job of tracking that puck through traffic, keeping it out of the zone. 4:38 left.
Do you know that you and Aaron Essler have the exact same voice?
I do not. Who's Aaron Essler?
He's the video guy.
Oh.
He just said they already played this one. This song, I thought that was you that said that. I mean, you guys sound exactly the same. I started laughing. And you were saying something else. I'm like, you're a ventriloquist. In front, they go for Marshall. Marshall now with it. Turning and shooting. There's Bassan with a bid and a nice save made by Reed.
Well, look where Reed is in the crease. He's outside the blue. Very confident goaltender. But it was Bassan that turned around and fired one on goal. The important part of it was on goal. And Reed made the save, so it allows really Coach Ken Pauly to match lines if he chooses to do so. But 4:18, time is of the essence.
Up next, we're going to have the Blake Bears on Saturday night from the Eden Prairie Community Center. I'm going to be on that call, Bart. You're going to have your choice to do that one or the Edina game.
I'll do the Eden Prairie and Blake game.
We'll see you there.
Okay.
It's going to be a dandy.
That's kind of why I chose that one.
I don't blame you. Patrick Lillia will be holding down the fort in Edina.
And he'll do a great job. He always does.
Marshall on the draw against Nelson. Pushes over to Bassan, back in behind. Marshall's dangerous. Walks one a short side shelf and got the glass. Now it's going to be like Rister. That one misses the mark. Under 4 minutes now to play with 3:57. Back up through center. Hammered on that play as Blum. Back in behind it goes. Like loses an edge. Turned over, and they're going to say he was tripped on that play. Let's take a look at that one.
That's a tough call. It's going to be Krenke that's going to go for that. But the skates did come out front under the definition if the referee was in good proximity. But there was a hammer right there. But again, this is where Like went after it. It looked like he just caught an edge. So I would venture to say that Krenke might have a bit of an argument, but he's in the box. 3:48. Now Blake has to kill off a penalty. And the Blake Bears penalty kill is 82.5 and 21.6 power play for Benilde. They just want to tick the time off. If they get a goal, that's gravy, but they just want to take 2 minutes off the clock and really limit the window that this Blake Bears team has to come to tie this game up.
The referee was right there.
Yep.
So, I mean, even if you don't mean to trip a guy, if the stick takes him down, you're going to go.
You are correct. Penalty's
Messenberg
penalty.
loads that one up. Look out, there's Best. Messenberg, lifts his stick and wins the battle. Marshall, off the post. Now Messenberg, Yakish wants it, loads it up. Oh, Reed was sprawling. Here comes Miller. He can fly. Up the ice, Messenberg. They get a hold of him. The puck will travel in wide of the mark. They're pushing for a penalty shot, but you got to have at least some form of possession there.
Well,
at that stage.
And at least a stride or so, but it's going to be Yakish. Looks like it's going to take the box, so it's going to be 4-on-4. Big break for the Bears. Now there's plenty of room out there. Both teams have good speed, but a lot of room to create. but it's almost a penalty that you had to take when you get Miller that's coming down with his 17 goals in 17 games. You want to make sure that you limit his opportunities. They might have got a little aggressive.
Right before that happened, Yakish had a shot that he tried to push through sprawling bodies, and somehow or other Reed was recovering and fell down and was in a prone position. Now it's Bassan with it, 4-on-4. He has Mortensen with it at the line. Mortensen's going to just be content to play behind for Bassan. Svendal is there, who stops Bassan on the play. Now it's going to be Matsky over to the right wing side. Saber up with Dexheimer going to the net, in on goal. A hard shot handled by Limesand.
Well, that was a good shot by Saber, but again, Limesand received that puck, nary a rebound. There's going to be about a 26-second power play for Blake Bears, an abbreviated power play, barring another penalty, but just 1:10 left in the penalty to, it looks like, Witzke for the Bears.
Face-off pull back in behind. Sarsland was there on the stick of Blum. There's a chance. Now Sarsland comes away with it. Sarsland turns and, nice, feeds Gay. Here comes Gay, wanted to go with a dangle move on Jake Svendal, who poke-checked him. Now to the near side they go with Blum. Blum's bothered with sticks, shoots through traffic. That misses the mark. Jake Svendal now takes that one from Lock and Reed. Now it's on the stick of Mahoney. Backdoor they go, look out. Limesand there to greet it off his blocker. Now Callahan calmly plays it to the near boards. Gay will come away with it out of the right side as he looks back at the line. Boy, that's what happens when you try to check him. He's a big fella. Now it's Messenberg. The Bears bench wants a penalty there. 15 to go in the power play. Gay now. Now it's going to be handled by Miller. Miller gives back over for Dexheimer. 7 to go, and that'll be a power play time abbreviated for about 27 seconds for the Bears. 1:47 to go in the period. Callahan with it. Accelerates, gets a stick from Miller. Now it's Ellings, swipes at that and plays that one the length of the ice. Set up behind the net by Reed. One more rush now with 12 to go in the power play. Will Svendal to the right wing side. Look out, they got numbers down low. Best behind the net. Will Svendal to Best, back in behind for Saber. They had Miller trolling. There he is. Miller holds it, shoots, blocked by Loik. Up and out of play. 1:16 to go, and I think we're going to have a timeout from the Red Knights.
Well,
maybe not. I saw Ken Pauley nod his head to John Russo Jr. We'll see what happens here.
Well, you'd almost think that Blake could be kind of inclined to call that timeout, but again, the defense for the Red Knights, very aggressive defense in the neutral zone when it was only Ellings and 3 green jerseys in the offensive zone. So it's something that Benilde St. Margaret's is going to have to be cognizant of. It's a good opportunity for this Blake or for this Benilde team to finish this one out.
Face-off win by Best as he'll carry this to the corner. Callahan's going to get called for a cross-check.
You got to play to the whistle.
And there you go.
Well,
the
again,
drama continues now. 6-on-4 it's going to be.
Yeah, in fact, Axel Reed looking to see if he needs to go back into the net, but I think Blake is going to call their timeout. I see Coach McClanahan giving the signal. So, again, a good time for a timeout. 6-on-4 changes the complexion of how this game's going to be finished out. But, again, a penalty's a penalty, and if they called it against Logan Lake with Cranky, you have to call that one against Callahan for the Red Knights as well. It's going to be fun. Minute 7 seconds.
You know, it's really interesting because I think maybe the way that Axel Reed was thinking, I mean, I know you want the 6-on-4, but you have free pot shots at the net too.
Yeah, true.
To finish.
True.
And so you've already got the odd man, the extra.
And
deal.
Blake's a good possession team.
Nobody does what I'm suggesting, but that's how I think.
Right. I think they're just going to try to get a lot of bodies in front of Limesand, keep possession, and just put the pucks toward the net and get a really muddy one. But they're all effective. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be effective. But Limesand's going to be called upon, I think, in this last minute, 7 seconds to keep his team buoyant and with that 1-goal advantage.
How would you rate this one among our games we've done this year so far?
One of the best. Really,
yeah.
one of the better ones that we've seen. We've seen
I
some
think
good
it's
ones
one of
this
the
year,
cleanest,
too.
most well played.
I agree with that.
As far as, tic-tac passing and good defensive zone coverage, great neutral zone play. really highly skilled players on each roster being countered and checked. I think it's as clean and crisp and well played of a game that I've done of 3,025 we've done this year.
Yeah. Well,
No,
the funny thing is that the Benilde's playing a very complete game. They're playing all three zones. They're bringing the physical aspect. They're getting their shots, but they have 1 minute 7 seconds they have to negotiate.
See that? I like that. Get possession now. Reed off. Up off the gobbler. Rebound. Limesand covers. Gets it in his glove. And the whistle blows. We'll see if anything else occurs after the whistles.
Well,
I think they're okay there.
I think so too.
But again, I like that. Get possession, then get your goalie.
Why
You've
not?
already got the extra man.
And he cheated a little bit. He was 20 strides
That's
out
fine.
from the. Absolutely.
But if they get to draw and chip the glass, you're done.
You're done. Absolutely. I don't disagree with that at all. He's going back into the
100%.
net even.
You don't see that a lot, Bart.
No.
That's right up my alley.
Oh, he waved him back
Oh.
now.
D-men, now he's got to hop out.
Yep.
The D-men did go down below the circles in that scrum, and that creates a face-off outside.
Now a bit of a break for Benilde St. Margaret's, but 58 seconds remaining in regulation time. Blake on the power play. Now 6 on 4.
Possession, yep, you're right, as Reed heads off, 51 to go. There's a freebie, just wide. Yakish wanted to chuck some sauce. Didn't work. 42 to go, 6 on 4. Miller, left wing, gets away from Yakish. Now he's got to work on Sarsland. Goes to the backhand, right into the crest of the goaltender, Carson Limesand.
Well, Miller showed some great speed through the neutral zone and had Sarsland to wrangle with, but Sarsland, good positioning, forced him to the outside, forced him to the backhand, and it was a pretty good backhand shot, but Limesand tracked that very, very easily. But good play by the Red Knight defender. 34.5.
Sabre the draw, that one by Locke and Reed, misses the mark, back behind the net. Best stood up, 27 in front. Limesand makes the save, and Sarsland's going to clean house.
Well, Limesand, that puck was kind of bouncing on him a little bit. Good concentration to corral that one up. I think Benilde has to keep one of their defenders in front of the net. There was a lot of room in front, and if Limesand didn't corral that puck, that might have been a really owly moment for the Red Knights.
Face off, straight back to the line. Wrister, glove saved by Limesand. Reached out in front of the screen there by Sabre and just grabbed it and hung on, 22.3.
Well, on Sarsland that had 2 bears he had to negotiate through, but Limesand, nice job of tracking that puck.
Another face-off win. Dexheimer shoots. Stared out of there by Limesand with the glove, now down to 17.7. If you're Ken Pauley, you're saying, win me a draw.
Right.
And now if you're Rob McClanahan, you're saying, keep going.
Well, it was Yakish that kicked Messenberg out, and it was Yakish that came in and took the draw. Now it's going to be Bashan.
Bashan to take the draw as that one's played to Yakish, as that one is picked up by Messenberg. Oh, he goes bumper pull. Is that going to make it? Oh, off the side of the goal. Full-on bumper pull. That's going to pretty much put dire straits here with 2 seconds to go across the line. Messenberg is there. And ladies and gentlemen, the Red Knights with a key Section 6AA win over these Blake Bears. Now they've defeated Edina, they've defeated Blake, they've tied Wayzata, they have the loss to Cretin-Derham Hall, but it's putting them in a pretty good position now for the rest of the season for the section seedings.
And I still don't think we've seen Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights' best game yet,
I think
which
we
is
just
scary.
did.
Well, I think there's still some room to move on this team. They played very sound. They earned this victory tonight. Blake didn't certainly make it easy on them, and Blake showed some character coming back and really putting some pressure on Limesand. I thought Limesand was fabulous the last 2-3 minutes of that period. In fact, without his athleticism, we might be going into overtime, but a big win for the Red Knights. They needed it, and the Blake Bears are going to have a chance to get back on the horse on Saturday against the number 1 rated Prairie Eagles, so it doesn't get any easier for the Bears.
Great hockey game here from the St. Louis Park Rec Center. The Red Knights win by a score of 2-1 over the Blake Bears. Well played, hardworking, a lot of heart and character from both of these teams. Terrific stuff. Tonight's coverage presented in part by Tradition Companies, at traditionco.com. You can check them out for all your home financing needs by Fortis, the Fortis Academy at FortisAcademy.com, and then also by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. For Bart Archer, David Hillen, and Todd Grover, I'm Pete Wagner. The final score, the Red Knights 2 and the Bears 1. I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.